So I log in as a admin user here, and please note this is the URL sapbcui5_uf5 /sapb/arsrvc_uppbadmin/main.html. So this is a Fiori Launchpad designer URL, and this is only should be controlled by either basis administrators or Fiori administrators only. Okay, so let's refer to the link back again, which I just showed you. Once I have just installed this add-on UIHR001. Sorry, let me go back. UIHR00100 and as well as GBX01HR600. So I'll just show you in the system. So UX01HCM100, SP6, which is the latest support pack level, and as well as for GBX, here it is, GBX01HR600. Sorry, this one. Okay, so this is the latest support pack level as of today. So once these two add-ons are applied, technically this should be this add-on should be installed in your ECC system, and UXHR should be applied in your front-end systems, as this is our embedded system, which means both front-end and back-end are the same box. So I have installed both add-ons in the same system. Okay, so once this has been applied, so now let's go back to the Fiori Launchpad designer by hitting this URL, and you'll come back to this screen. So as you notice, there's catalogs, there's groups, and there are standard SAP standard catalogs, which has already been shown here, and bunch of tiles. Okay, so after this, after installing the add-ons, you'll see all these tiles in place. Okay, so if you notice, there's a subname called SAP_HR_BC_manager_T. All right, so let's go to Fiori Apps Library. So if you refer to that name, so this is Business Catalog Launchpad name. Okay, and this is your Business Catalog Launchpad name. And if you want to check the business group Launchpad name, SAP HRBCG, the only difference is G here. So, and this is a role, and with the R. Okay, so let's go to Fiori Launchpad Designer and click on the Groups tab. And if you notice, SAP HCM BCG manager_T, which is this one. And this is a technical role which should be assigned to your user. So once this has been assigned to your user, you will see this app in your Fiori Launchpad. Okay, so let's create one user and then assign a standard PFCG role for this business catalog to come. Okay, let's go to transaction code, SAP standard PFCG role for business catalog for this application. Let's copy this and assign to our new user and existing user. And please note, this user should have trusted RFC as well. Okay, and SAP HRBCR manager_T, these all comes up with the manager applications. So just save it. As I have already logged in with Fiori, if you notice, just refresh your screen, you'll see manager as well. So we have approve live request, approve timesheets, and team services. So these are all manager related applications, you can see the same stuff in here. Okay, so all these three tiles are SAP standard, SAP delivered, and we have shown those three tiles with that role. So any user, if you want to see a manager user to have applied all these three tiles, so that's a business role needs to be given, which is this one. So always refer to this catalog. Okay, and to make sure we need to check whether this service is active or not. So go to /NSICF service name and execute it. So good thing is the service is already activated, which is good. And refer back to the Fiori Launchpad screen. The reason why you're seeing error because there is no configuration there is no configuration done yet in the backend system, so which is ECC box. So if you see any error like this, which means that the application is not configured properly, there is something, some missing data, like some configuration related issues. So there is no semantic object created, so there could be so many reasons. So we need to identify what is the exact reason for that. So as it is a fresh box, I know that there is no configuration done from HR perspective, so I can see this is an error. And if any dynamic tiles, sorry, there are two tiles which I should explain prior to that. The one which is showing the numbers are called as a dynamic tiles, and the other stuff which are not showing numbers are called as static tiles. So these are the two different tiles where we can see if there are any leave request pending. For example, in an employee, in a company, employee, a manager is having almost like 10 employees reporting to him, and almost like 4 or 5 guys have reported the leave request, and all these 4 requests will be shown here as a 4. So it's all whatever has been system has been configured in ECC, those data will be showed up here. Okay, so just to in our next session, we'll show you how to configure, how to create catalogs and groups and assign that to a role. Okay, so let's proceed that. So as you see, this is a Fiori Launchpad designer screen. As a very first step, we need to make sure that whenever we want to customize as a basis guy, we need to make sure those things are captured. Okay, so how do we capture those changes? So if you notice there's a settings icon here, just click on that and you'll see assign transport request. So by default it's a none local object, but in a dev quality and production environment, if you want to move the changes one time, so all we need to make sure is whatever the custom changes or roles has been created, or catalogs or groups has been created, that will be going through the transport. So please create a customizing request. Fiori Launchpad takes only customizing request, and once you, as you see right now, if I uncheck here, and I don't see any transport request on my name. Okay, so let's go ahead and create one customizing request. Click on create customizing request. Yes, just say as Fiori manager apps configuration. Save it. So this BT2K90027 is our transport request, and if you come back to the browser, click on cancel and just refresh the screen to make sure the transport request is showing up here. Click on the settings icon back again and uncheck this local object, and if you scroll down you'll see the transport request shown here. So please make sure any changes in the Fiori Launchpad designer should be captured in the transport request. Otherwise, if you change in local object, sometimes it will save you, but those changes are not moved to quality or production. So right now I have captured in transport request just to make sure this is my TR has been selected, which is good. Click on OK, and now coming back here. So as a manager, I can see in the manager catalogs I can see these 3 tiles, right? So and I don't want to give all these 3 tiles to a manager. So one manager might be a substitute manager where he should have he might have access only for approving leave request and approving timesheets, not to manage their team services. So in that case, how do we define or how do we assign these new tiles into a new group? So let's go and create a new catalog and a new group and assign those newly created catalog and group to a role, and that role needs to be assigned to the user. So this is the process.